Somebody who's young, you may be young, but you're ready. You're ready to learn from the Lord.
Feeling on your booty, that is all I want to do. Feeling on your booty, let me follow you.
JC said, I used to play Warfare with this woman near my age. She said she was 13. Her first time was with a guy over 21. She lied about her age because she thought he was hot.
You may be young, but you're ready.
Yes, I know a lot of girls like that. And I've said this on this channel too. A lot of women, particularly when you're talking about teenage women, they're usually messing with a dude that's minimum 4 years older than her. Minimum. I said minimum 4 years older. So if the girl is 12, if the girl is 13, I'll say this. I always say this. If let's start at 13, your age, right? Sorry, not your age. I'm sorry, the age 13 that you were talking about, right? If the girl is 13 and she's talking about, oh, I'm messing with this dude, the dude is most likely a sophomore or a junior in high school minimum. Most likely a junior, probably a junior in high school. And youngest sophomore in high school. It's in terms of when she's talking about having sex. I'm not talking about her just her little boyfriend from middle school. I ain't talking about. We talking about when it comes to sexual activities. She's having it with a guy that's at least 4 years older than her. And I said this before I even knew that statistic about 70%. That was a crazy statistic that woman put me on to. She's the statistic of how 70% of teenage pregnancies, the dudes are in like their late 20s and older. I was like, what? Let me see if I can. Let me bring up that statistic. Because when the woman brought up the statistic, she tried to make it where it basically made men look bad. I was like, no, I took that a completely different way. I was shocked when I said it was like 70%. I said, God damn. Hold on, let me see if I can find that statistic again. 70% of teenage pregnancies. And mind you, that statistic was from like the 90s or something like that. Yes. So right here. What does it say? Fact, most fathers of children born to teen mothers are over the age of 20. So that's wild work. They said a national survey in which 63% of cases established paternity, 70% of children born to teen mothers were fathered by men over the age of 20. That's wild. That's wild. that's just wild, man. Because I used to just say, because a lot of these times, look, I'll say this. I know I tell people not to use anecdotal evidence, and I accuse women of doing that a lot, but I'll say this. I trust my anecdotal evidence. The reason why I trust it is because the people around me, like, their anecdotal evidence is very similar to mine. And mind you, they come from different, like, I have, people in my family, they're who are just politically completely different from me, or friends of mine that are just completely different from me. Yet our anecdotal evidence is damn near the same. But we have different backgrounds. So that's why I tend to trust my anecdotal experience. And like I said, from my anecdotal experience, when it comes to teenage mothers, they be pregnancy. Because like I said, this is for pregnancies. So forget just sex in general. This is for pregnancies. So just off that alone, That means most teenage girls are messing with older men. Sorry. So let me rephrase it. Most sexually active teenage girls are messing with grown men. I'm talking about at one point, and it's in the man and the older men are probably her first times. You know what I mean? Like in terms of her first couple bodies, or her first in like her first 10 bodies. If it's not the people on the football team, it's grown men. Right? So these are just facts. These are facts. Crazy work. And I'll say this. I remember when I was a young kid, I think I was around the same age when I started finding out, I remember that's when I started finding out, yeah, there's girls my age being sexually active, but not necessarily just being sexually active. I used to think, oh, they're being sexually active with other dudes her age, right? Like a 8th grader female is being sexually active with a 8th grader male. That's what I just nope. The guy is usually significantly older. Not like just older, like significantly older. And you're just like, damn. JC said it sucks because she got her face on the camera for free clout. Yikes. And yeah, I already know, because I already told you the story that I know, especially specifically where it was a girl. She was 16. She got pregnant by a 23-year-old dude, but nobody knew. Everybody thought it was this dude her age that got her pregnant, but he was just a cover guy. We thought she was actually covering for this musician, that some church musician. The guy was 23. She was 16. And it sucks because everybody was giving this, the cover guy, everybody was giving him so much flack and saying he was an idiot, and he left her to dry too. Because when she said, "Oh, you were the father," his response was literally this: "Well, I have a girlfriend right now. I don't think this is gonna work out."
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom.